Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video over on the channel by the name of LeaIsChill. Today we are here once again to return to Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains, and obviously yesterday we did pull a copy of Hoji, so I spent pretty much all of today, aside from the stream that we did earlier today, grinding him up to try to get to a guaranteed level 100. But alongside this, I was really intent on trying to get him up to limit 6. Unfortunately, the resources in the game just aren't viable to do so right now, and so he's just kind of stuck at limit 5. There's a lot of curious things you can do with the spread debuff ability, and so I really wanted to see how you can use it to its max potential. And so we're hoping to do a showcase on that very soon, but maybe not today. And obviously, we didn't end up looking at this potential either. So he seems like he's one of those characters where the extra, so he gains crit rate. Yeah. He gains crit rate and damage of active skills used against targets affected by Scorch and increased by 5% for every Scorched effect. So every burn gives them an extra 5% damage. So it does sound like if you were to heavy invest in him, it would be really worth it. So obviously, we are here once again on the banner. I'm just going to go ahead and finish up my steps. Hi there, everybody. We're here to keep on doing some pulls over on Hoji. I got one multi. We're over here on stream. First stream in a long-ass time, and we're just going to go ahead and cook. Honestly, we got super lucky on Hoji yesterday. Obviously, we're doing 4 more multis to try and get to the 100 pity. The next 20 a day should be nice and easy, but I'm feeling lucky today for some reason. Too bad I'm wrong. Too bad I'm wrong. 72. Going to 100, and we're just gonna rock on out and see if we get lucky with any more pulls in this banner. Honestly, not expecting a ton out of it, but I know I just want to go for pity. So first shaft, obviously. Whew. Second shaft, obviously. That was kind of rainbow. Maybe there's a chance. No, it wasn't. No, okay. All right, last multi, and then we'll do a showcase on Hoji for today. Oh, looks like a shaft. All right, let's see what we get. Bah! Oh, my heart hurts. So that is gonna be my second dupe of Naki, actually. Now, I'm not going to do the dumb thing that I really want to and not invest in him at all. Even though I don't see myself using him aside from just a complete back row for Naki. But all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna hit select all on this and give him the limit 5. Unfortunately, I can't afford limit 6 right now, even after the pulls we did today. So we're just gonna let this rock for now, and let's go showcase Hoji, where he actually is pretty solid. I got a couple of the new assignments here. So I want to do the battle inside this section. Oh wait, this is on Taku characters only. Never mind, we're gonna go showcase him somewhere else. So I think that the way to use Hoji is you really want to specialize in him being the last one on your team to hit the enemies. And unfortunately, there is a fact where the debuff that Juzo gives, called Death Mark, does not apply as a debuff to the enemies for Hoji's passive. So Juzo and Hoji won't synergize. I still really like this team because Juzo is really good at lowering HP by a lot on an AoE. Yoshimura Owl, great single target DPS. Hoji, fantastic for just trying to get scorched on characters that are pretty low already. And then once Juzo kills an enemy, any enemy that dies that has Death Mark, he'll follow up and do an AoE for free. So obviously with all those combined, you can see a really good route for him. Unfortunately, we do get provoked by the enemy here. So remember, here, I'm gonna actually do this here today. So we can just kind of clean this up a little bit. I think my answer is gonna be to just go for the Owl card, the Juzo card, and then I don't think that they'll be low enough to get scorched, because Hoji's Scorch, his thing will only apply the scorched debuff if they're below 50% HP. So it's pretty much useless to use him to attack early inside a phase unless they're already pretty low. And he did hit pretty hard right there, actually. Ooh. Oh no, they targeted Juzo. Doesn't matter that much, but That's gonna ruin my, like, synergy I was talking about a second ago. Okay, not looking all that great. I feel like I do the double Uta upgrade, and then I'm pretty much safe to do the Yoshimura Owl and then the Hoji. It upgraded... No, it upgraded the fucking other Uta card twice. Oh, that's so bad. That's like worst case scenario. That's so funny. Alright. As long as Hoji doesn't get broken, I can still keep on showing off what I'd like to out of him. So, Tsukiyama Gourmet, we're gonna try and get your thing gone. I drew into another Hoji card, so we're just gonna go ahead and pop that. And then this is actually gonna show off kind of what he specializes in. So Scorched Splash, and the Splash, I learned recently that the splash damage, the 30%, also will apply Scorched if they're below a certain percent, so it is pretty worth it. Unfortunately, that is not the RNG we needed. If I were to say what the biggest disadvantage to running Hoji is right now, it's just that there's not a lot of characters that truly synergize alongside him that actually make him a character worth building at the moment. The spread debuff ability seems to be built for a character that hasn't come out just yet. I don't know exactly how that's going to shape itself, honestly, but I was kind of looking at a bunch of the characters inside the game. Actually, I have like a whole spreadsheet here. But most of the characters that have 2-turn debuffs that would be able to be duplicated by him are ones that are a lot less relevant in most game modes, honestly. I do kind of just want to do double Juzo cards, but maybe because I'm upgrading like this, I should just do the Uta so that next turn I'm guaranteed to have nothing but 3 stars. Because that'll be really powerful, I think. Unfortunately, me just using one Juzo card is guaranteeing my own failures. I do think Hoji is made to be put in the back row, though. As I continue to see kind of what he's good at, he has the passive where even if he's in the backup, here I'll show you, even if he's in the backup, he will also reduce the regeneration rate, restoration rate, and vampirism of all enemies up to 3 times for free. And I think that's something very powerful inside this game right now. So it's quite possible that he might be the kind of character that you want to come in, like, as the character in the back row, and when he comes in, most enemies that you're fighting will likely already be below the percentage, the 50%, to get the Scorch you're looking for. Sounds like it might be kind of what they were trying to build him around, but I also think that because of how debuffs work, with the spread debuff thing, it just doesn't seem like we have what they intended to build the spread debuff for just yet. Stuns only last 1 turn, Incapacitate lasts 1 turn, most control effects will last 2 turns if it's disable attack or debuff skills, so you can duplicate those, but it's only on the worst characters in the game, a really bad R and a really bad SR in Misato Gori and I think it's Jiro the speed one. So it's really, really weird, you know? I really don't know how to parse it. Regardless, I feel like, I was saying inside Discord actually, I feel like Hoji's going to be one of these characters that isn't very relevant on his initial banner as he drops, but as time goes on and as we get more characters that use debuffs as their primary source of DPS, or even just like more burn units like he is personally, more Scorch synergies even, they'll all eventually turn him into a really comparable unit. So even using him right here, we're not really using him to his max potential, but I feel like his max potential doesn't exist inside the game until sometime in the future. I'm actually going to go ahead and use the 3-star Hoji card. His 3-star has some really, really good multipliers on it. You can see 460. 460 is kind of crazy because it's not split. Splash, free follow-up, Koji shoots, Koji. Hoji. And now we fight the grandma. I think I do this Juzo card over here. See, do you have any passives that are gonna be crazy? First turn, increased vampirism, max HP, increased damage, immune to effects from certain kinds of skills. Okay, that's fine. I'm probably just gonna ult, do that, ult again, because I'm gonna lose characters this turn if she ends up attacking, so I just want her fucking dead. That grandma is executed, and that is all I care about. Weird sentence. The fuck? We'll do the solid Juzo AoE. We're gonna go ahead and use that 2-star card, and then I don't think Juzo's gonna put them below 50%, so I'm just gonna pop a second card of his. Yeah, they aren't below 50%. Regardless, they're stunned, so I'll definitely take that. I was really thinking as well, with the way that Hoji is built, I was wondering if he could duplicate the debuff that enemies get when weaken is applied to them. So you get automatically stunned whenever you get weakened, right? So I was wondering if you could try and use his debuff thing to spread it in a really, like, powerful way. But unfortunately, Hoji's passive is a very unique one and a painful one, because it applies at the start of the turn, not the end of the turn. So obviously, great run, good stuff, rad unit. But for the spread debuffs, if it applies at the start of your turn, it means that the ability you're applying to the enemies has to last at least 2 turns. Otherwise, it won't be able to even get to the chance of duplicating it in the first place. So I'm really not sure how to use him. I was thinking you could have a counter-based team with the Kuroiwa Awao, so he would be weakening the enemies on the he'd be weakening the enemies on the enemy's team when they're attacking him, and then Hoji would guarantee spread that to an enemy. Now, unfortunately, when I say guarantee, this is a random debuff that's duplicated. So if you were to be running, for example, one of the most popular units in the game right now for back row, Yomo's passives that include, before an enemy casts a skill, reduce all their stats by 3% for the remainder of the turn, those also apply. More so, obviously, the ones that would be constantly passive and constantly ongoing. So he would be able to duplicate even the bad ones that you don't want him to duplicate. And so the randomness to it makes it a lot less reliable as well. So you get fully random debuffs off of what they have. It's not guaranteed that it's going to be the weak, not guaranteed it's going to be like a certain vulnerable. It's really, really curious. I really don't know how he fits in. And I want to see how he will thrive in the future. I think he'll be really fun to use. It's just on my current teams, even though I like him, he might just end up going on my grinding teams and just sit there for now. And from here on out, I'm probably going to try to focus on getting my Ayato, Hinami, and then I'm hoping to max out, honestly, Yamori next. And so those 3 characters are going to be my next 3 I'm going to try and focus on for video stuff. It should be pretty fun. But yeah, so that's kind of how I'm feeling about Hoji. Hoji is really interesting. He's a good unit. It's just because of the state of the game, because we're so early on, and because the blue category obviously still best unit and best category in the game. Kaneki is on it, Rize is on it, Amon Dual Blade is on it, and now Hoji, the next exclusive character, is on it as well. It makes it so you really can't justify pulling on this banner, especially when there's a chance that we'll be getting Kaneki soon. For me personally, if I were to recommend it to you guys, I would say do not pull for Hoji unless you're hoping to build some sort of like chain stunning, really dramatic team in the future where you're trying to keep that spread debuff to incapacitate the enemies every single turn. It'll be really hard to build around, but I also feel like it'll be really powerful. And he'll be able to work alongside Underbelly Synergy to obviously work with debuff teams, which would also work with Noshiro and Corona. So they all do make sense. I'm just sussed out by his design so far. Regardless, we do have some more upcoming banners, so obviously be very careful with your diamonds. I believe we have hopefully a green unit coming next, and so a green unit that is very powerful would be able to change the kind of state of PvP at the moment. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will be back hopefully sometime very soon. I'm hoping to have a video up tomorrow about just doing the new Noro raid inside here. I did all my runs on stream earlier today, so I'll wait till my reset tomorrow, then we'll kind of showcase all of this and give some strats for it. He has a new Game Boy that he actually pulls out. Like, his art has the Game Boy inside it, and he just plays it. I wonder if I said an old video on Break the Chains, I was talking about how he doesn't actually have the Game Boy in his unit. Because if I said that, his third phase, having the Game Boy inside it, is totally them making a joke about it. But I love it. Regardless, thanks for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.